So my name is Martino, and I'm half German, half Italian. And I met Mariam more than 15 years ago. It was October 2003. We're both studying in the UK, University of Sussex in Brighton.
Hi, I'm Mariam, and I have been married to Martino for 12 years. Yes, it'll be 13 years this year. So we've been married for 12 years, and we've got 2 kids.
Orientation week, if you will, for international students. And we were all sorted by our last names. So my last name is Ottimo-Fiore, that's an O, and Mariam's last name is an N, and Nevade, that's an N. So we were grouped in the same orientation group with a mentor, and then we all had to share one anecdote about ourselves to introduce ourselves to the rest of the group. And I hadn't actually noticed Mariam at first.
Then he came up to me and said, "Hi, my name is Martino and I'm Italian." And of course, with a name like that, I just believed him, you know. And it's only later that I find out that he's actually only half Italian. He's half German as well, and he was born in Germany and raised in Germany and lived in Germany almost his entire life, and just conveniently forgot to mention that he's German as well. And then I asked him, "Wait, you weren't exactly honest with me." And he's like, yeah, when I meet a girl I like, I always say I'm Italian, because what would you rather hear, Italian or German? I was like, okay.
She basically said, "Hi, my name is Mariam and I'm from Pakistan, and I speak 6 languages and I don't have a smelling sense." And I thought that was very interesting and curious. And you see a person and you just take an instant liking and instant interest in that person. And then I struck up a conversation with her right after, when we were allowed to mingle. And the rest is history. I know it sounds very cheesy and cliched, but I think so. I think so. Like, you meet a person, you say you have to get to know that person, right? And did I think it was going to end where we are now? I don't think I could, think that far. But yeah, you really feel like you're meeting that one person that you really, want to meet and get to know. Yeah, I had that moment, definitely, the first time I saw her.
It was only a few months after that we became friends and I got to know him properly that I realized he's really funny, he's really caring, he's really handsome, and it's only then that I actually found out all his good qualities. But first impressions were just, oh my God, awful. Yeah, so I joke that it wasn't love at first sight, it was more like love at, 12th sight or 13th sight.
She's beautiful.
I did think, yes. He was really not just good looking, but very charming, really fun to be with.
Within a week or two, when I was trying to, get to know her better, and the dynamics were very much like, oh, we're just friends kind of a thing. That's the vibe that she was giving me initially, and that was really, really frustrating me.
The one thing I do remember is being or feeling extremely jealous when once Martino was sick and there were some other girls looking after him, and I felt so jealous. And that was my key moment. I'm like, well, why am I feeling so jealous if they're making tea for him? And that's when I knew why I was feeling so jealous.
It was actually on Valentine's Day, 2004, so about 6 months we'd known each other, and we went out, it was the UK. It was we went for dinner, and it was freezing cold, and we went for a walk on the beach, and then I just said, "Look, I really want to make this work, and I want to marry you," and she asked me, "Do you really mean it?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
Really trying to figure out why am I doing something, and not because it's how I've been taught to do something or that's what society expects, but does it actually make sense to me? So this applies to like holidays, traditions, cultural aspects. I don't take any of it for granted. I just look at it, and I have the freedom now to look at it and say, is this something that works for us? Shall we do it or shall we not?
This might seem surprising, but when I come to Karachi, I think it's the only place in the world I can truly, truly relax. Because I was raised in a way, I'm expected to help out, I'm expected to look after myself and clean everything up. And my mother-in-law is very traditional, so when I come here, I'm not allowed to lift a finger,
Okay, I'll be very honest, this really bothers me. Like, people think because I'm married to a non-Pakistani that somehow that makes me less Pakistani in other people's eyes. Like, they're like, oh, you don't live here, you don't, you're not even married to a Pakistani, why would you care? And I haven't lost my Pakistaniness just because I'm not married to a Pakistani. How does that make me less Pakistani?
She's very opinionated, but so am I. She's very competitive, so am I. So I think our relationship was very stormy in the beginning also, but in a good way, But I think also our mutual competitiveness really, really pushes us ahead, both of us together, also as a team and as a couple.
I think in our family, like, languages are the cues for our emotions. So when I'm really upset, I'll lash out in Urdu. I'll say bewakoof, I'll say all sorts of things. I'll say samajh mein kyun nahi aati ye, and this. I'll just go off in a tirade in Urdu, and Martino will maybe understand 70%, but he knows I'm upset.
I say acha, I say I say uffo. I really picked up this uffo when I get really annoyed, I say it in any language, no matter what. I was like, uffo, not again. And I picked it up definitely from Mariam because she says it a lot. Esi samin pura zaman siwa jana kaha charta rahe ye roshni. Then I forgot the lyrics. Dil, dil, Pakistan, Jan, Jan, Pakistan, dil, dil, Pakistan, Jan, Jan, Pakistan.
I would say take time to get to know each other. Go live in each other's countries. Martino came and worked in Pakistan for 4 months at a bank, and I went and lived in Berlin for a year. I learned German. You're going to understand each other a lot better that way. It's going to be hard, but you'll get where the other person is coming from. And the last tip I have, which probably is going to sound very confusing and out there, is don't live in either of your countries. Go live on neutral ground, because that's what really gives you the freedom to embrace all the different cultures. You're not forced to adapt to one way or the other, or you find your own way.